Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Everybody
Yes.
out there?
Yeah.
Great stuff. Welcome to you all, and thank you to certainly our audience for hanging around so long. We've had a marathon session since 9 o'clock this morning. We hope that you are so much smarter in the property development process. And so we think we've got all the areas covered. I know there was still a lot of unanswered questions that we had. We hope that you enjoy those sessions. For those of you that couldn't make it, it will be available both on the ELAN and the REMAG website. We keep the archives of these. We get a lot of reruns and a lot of people wanting to get that information. So first of all, I want to welcome all our developers, and this is really our developers showcase session. And the whole purpose is to tell people out there, there's some great deals from new developers that are in fact available around the country. And this is an opportunity to give both first-time home buyers, first-time investors, opportunities really just to look at what those opportunities are. And so each developer will introduce themselves, which I'll get you shortly. A quick minute or so introduction of who you are, your company, development. And then what we will do, we'll go around in that same order with the presentation of those developments. And so let me tell you, I mean, I've got a little bit of personal affiliation with brand new developments because I actually had great success in 2002, where I initially bought 12 properties from a developer directly. And first of all, I think I got the timing right, which was fantastic. The second thing was, as soon as I realized that the properties increased in value over a very short period of time because the market was on an up, remember 2002? Wonderful time to get into property. And in fact, I bought another 10. So I sat with 22 properties from a developer. I can safely say I made in north of 700%. Just as soon as the development went up, all of a sudden, I got the capital value growth. So it was a combination of timing, a combination of luck, a combination of all those things. And let me tell you something, what Mark is also on the show, because he's building a building in finance, and it was actually directly opposite your development, Mark. So not a punt for you, but it's a punt for everybody. It's a punt for brand new developments per se. So I'm not saying anything. And that put me on the roadmap of investment 2002. So I want to first of all go around to each one of the panelists right here. And I'm going to start off with Dustin Fulkus. Dustin, you apparently are in Nelspruit. Introduce yourself, your company, your developments, and then we will get to your presentation after we've been a full round of the entire panel.
Yeah, thanks, Neil. As you mentioned, I'm Dustin, and I work for IHS Property Management. It's International Housing Solutions, and I run the sales projects throughout the country. And we'll be discussing one of our developments in Nelspruit a bit later.
Wonderful. Okay, then I'm going to ask Ryan. Ryan, do you want to introduce yourself to the audience, please?
Yeah, sure. My name is Ryan. I own a company called Ryan's Realty. I originally started out as a shareholder of the company Private Property and then got into developments and really liked that space. I started investing myself and then found that other investors needed help. So we set up a company, which is my company today, it's the whole tagline is about being by investors and for investors. So that's what we do. We just find solutions and find opportunities, and we give a complete turnkey solution to investors.
Wonderful, and we look forward to hearing you from a little bit later. Ryan, Anton, do you want to introduce yourself, please?
Yes, Neil, thank you. I'm Anton Mackelland. I run all the sales for Signatura in Cape Town. We've been developing mixed-use projects for around 8 years in and around Cape Town, southern suburbs, and around the CBD and CBD periphery. We traditionally handle mixed-use developments and sell sectional title. And we're currently obviously doing a lot in Woodstock, which we'll touch on a little bit later.
Great stuff. And I think you also had the privilege of working with Johnny Robbie,
Correct.
Developments. What a man. He's changed the skyline of Cape Town in many ways.
Yeah.
All right, our next introduction is Mark Shamrock.
Hi, thanks, Neil. Yeah, and welcome, viewers. My name is Mark Shamrock. I'm the development manager for Concord Developments. We've been around for over 118 years in the building, development, and infrastructure industry. And today we are very excited to bring you Conradi Park, and I'm looking forward to present to what we have to offer for first-time homebuyers. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks, Mark. And Peter, if you could introduce yourself, please, to the audience.
Yeah, hi, I'm Peter Cameron from Cameron James Real Estate. We're based on the north coast of KwaZulu-Natal. Today I'm going to be talking about two brand new developments, one an affordable housing project called Palm View Estates, and then another one, a sustainable living organic farming estate called Ilaleni Lifestyle Estates. Thanks.
Wonderful. Beautiful, beautiful part of the world. It's the north coast of KZN. So wonderful to have you on, Peter, and we will look forward to seeing your developments as well. Okay, we've got Willem Odendaal. Willem, please introduce yourself to the audience, please.
Okay, Neil. Willem Odendaal, I'm Technical Specialist, International Housing Solutions. We are basically an equity investor in affordable housing projects, but through this process, we take development risk in projects as well. We have projects in the Western Cape, Gauteng. Dustin is with us in Safubi down in Nelspruit and KZN. We have a number of projects in Namibia as well as Botswana, and we're expanding now to Kenya.
Wonderful. Lovely to have you on the webinar, Willem, and we'll look forward to seeing your developments a little bit later. Okay, Matthew, could you just introduce yourself to the audience, please?
Yes, hi audience. My name is Matthew Quinton. I'm the Managing Director of Aquacore Property Developers. We're a Cape Town-based company. We've been going for about 35 years. Our background is predominantly Atlantic Seaboard luxury, but for the last decade, we've been focusing on more and more affordable parts of the housing market. And our unique offering is that wherever we pitch a product, we always try and leave enough on the table that whoever buys from us makes as much as we do. So our products are always investment focused.
Wonderful. Lovely to have you on, Matthew. And it's quite a shift from luxury to entry level, but we'd love to see, your offering a little bit later. Meyer Duval, will you introduce yourself to the audience, please?
Neil, thanks. I'm Meyer Duval, an attorney and director of MDW Inc. Attorneys. I developed quite a lot of tools and products for the property market. We started with home ownership education. We find a lot of buyers want to enter the market, but they're not ready. They've got bad credit scores, so we've got debt repair, budget affordability. Then I was very cheeky and registered the website flisp.co.za. Initially, I had a little bit of a battle there with the government because they saw us as competition, but now we are actually providing them with the best quality home loan and flip applications for buyers. We also developed online software for property developers where buyers can qualify themselves online. And we find that a lot of developers are coming to us because we're like a marketplace for property buyers, because through the education, we find a lot of buyers. Today, we will be focusing on the Glen. That's one of the new developments that's been linked to us with Devmark, and quite excited to share that because we see that the government subsidies called FLISP actually opens the door for many first-time property buyers and also investors.
Wonderful. Great having you, Meyer, and thank you for being. And then last but not least, Eugene. And he's also my co-host on the weekly webinar, but my colleague on Let's Talk Property. But today he's talking about his real job, which is being a property developer. So welcome to you, Eugene, and tell us about the exciting stuff happening on your side of the ELAP.
Well, thank you, Neil, and it's quite cool to be on this side of the conversation for a change, and I look forward to being this side. To be honest, I think it's we are physically belong. We're going to be talking about one of our biggest developments, and I suppose historically Zimbiti was our flagship, and we've always sort of used that as our leverage to speak about ourselves in the market. But we're going to be talking about Blythedale today. It's a first truly integrated development in terms of where it is, and I want to share how integrated that development is and how we're going to sort of share that to the market and get it out there. So with ourselves and Peter, you're talking about the north coast, and I know Dustin's got some stuff down here. There's a lot happening on the north coast, so it's quite cool to be involved specifically down here and living down here.
Wonderful. Excellent. Great having on Eugene on the other side. And so, Dustin, without further ado, we're going to kick into your presentation. And so the plan is that we get around about 5 minutes apiece. If there's any Q&As from the audience, we will deal with that at the end. And if there's any specific things that you want to deal to any of the panelists, please do. Dustin, have you got the sharing rights? Have you,
I do,
you
yes.
got your presentation? Yeah, okay, great.
Yeah.
Just a little, it's always getting the sharing, the screen up.
There we go.
I think, Bob, you're up and ready. There we go. We got a picture. There we go. Excellent.
All right. Yeah. So the development we're focusing on is Sophubi Views, which is in Nelspruit, situated in West Acres. It consists of 420 modern apartments. They are green rated apartments. We'll get a bit further into the green rated in a bit. And then, so phase one, we've actually sold out. It was sold out in record time there. We've just recently, on the 1st of October, launched the sale of phase two, where clients are now available to come through and purchase there. It is off-plan development, situated in West Acres. It's very close to your malls, close to Mbombela Stadium, schools, churches, hospitals. Everything is within 1 or 2 kilometers from the site. The views there are actually quite impressive. It's situated right next to the Vladderspruit River, and there's a small little waterfall just opposite the phase two. Overlook the mountains and the hills and the trees and everything, as you can see in the artist's impression there. They consist of 1 and 2 bedroom apartments, 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom units. The starting price over there is 664. All costs are included, which was also getting to a bit later what benefit that has. The green rated, as I spoke about before. Let me just move on to the location, as I mentioned as well. There's pretty much, as I said, 2 kilometers with anything you need in the area there. There's a nice up-and-coming area as well. The Nelspruit in itself is developing at a very, very high rate. Getting back to the estate. The estate offers a pool area with change rooms. There's braai facilities with little bomas, little picnic areas. There's walkways. Also, it is pet friendly, which a lot of clients are requesting. A lot of our projects they seem to steer towards a pet friendly complex. It is 24-hour security access controlled. The green certification involves the smart meters, solar power geysers, natural ventilation. You've got your dual flush systems, your low flow faucets and fixtures, which does save you in electricity at the end of the day. Then we have the 3 types, as I mentioned, the 1 bed, 1 bathroom, which is a 44 square meters. We have a 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom at 55 square meters, and a 2 bedroom, 2 bath that is a 64 square meters. They all do have 1 covered parking and a balcony area. The pricing here is, as I said, from the 1 bedroom starting at 664, going through to the 2 bed, 2 bath, which is just under 790,000. Now, the interesting is your bond repayment versus your rental income in the beginning is actually quite close. So for an investor, that's perfect opportunity to start there. We know rental incomes will increase as the years go by, and obviously the first-time home buyer looking to buy, your bond repayment would be the same as what your rental repayment more or less would be anyway. Another thing to note is that because you're buying off plan from a developer, you're saving on your bond and transfer fees. And if you look at your levies and rates, which is just under 1,500, if you take that saving of the bond and transfer fees over 2.5 years, pays, it covers, well, it could cover your levies and rates for at least 2.5 years with the saving you get there. And yeah, that's pretty much what all.
Great stuff. Okay, so quickly, a quick question. If somebody wants to go ahead with it, I think, what is it? What kind of deposits? What do you need to do to secure it, just to move forward?
So we offer, we ask for a 10,000 Rand deposit to secure the.
Okay.
So obviously there's first come, first serve, and that's why that's actually all we need from them.
Okay. Great stuff. Excellent. 10,000. Thanks very much, Dustin. It was wonderful. Ryan, on to your one. And I know, Ryan, you also quasi-invested too. You keep that very quiet. I know you're also promoting developments, but you also own a bunch of properties as well.
It's true. And great to be here. Thanks very much for the opportunity, and to the audience that's out there. I'm very excited about this particular project, Neil. One is that I started investing back in 2000, kind of like you. I started buying property, and these things started growing rapidly. And then, when the downturn happened, I suddenly realized that, you can run out of cash pretty fast if you haven't done your numbers properly, and also if you haven't taken into account the fact that there can be downturns in the economy. So I started changing my thinking in terms of buying property and helping first-time buyers become investors, simply because I looked at cash flow. I found that if you can buy a property that's got positive cash flow, then, if there's a downturn, you can still afford to have it. And you can buy multiple properties with cash flow. So I don't buy into everything these days. I normally buy small buildings and that. But I've come across this project through a developer that I respect hugely, Jaco Construction. It's in Ferndale, Randburg. And what I love about Ferndale, it's probably one of the most underrated suburbs in the northern suburbs, or in Gauteng. Simply because it's right where close to all the main routes. If you guys can see the screen, is that right? Okay.
Yes. So you can just put it on full screen there.
Full screen. There we go. Yeah. All right. So the whole thing is about it's cheaper to buy one of these apartments and own it than it is to actually go and rent it once it's completed. Based on our numbers in the area, I own a number of properties in Ferndale. I know what the rent to value ratios are. And just in terms of positioning, there's a golden circle where effectively you save yourself huge amounts of time and money by living in the suburbs inside the N1 highway and the M1 effectively. So, literally you're 10 to 15 minutes away from Central Sandton or the Joburg Stock Exchange or all the surrounds where the business districts are. So the project is quite simple. It's 6 floors, 204 apartments, all one beds, priced from 569 to 639. We're about half sold out. 10,000 Rand secures, and it's exciting because it's all modern technology. It's Wi-Fi ready. It's low energy. It's secure, and it's right behind the SARS building. So when you need to pay your tax from your investment, you can just pop over the road and go, walk in the front door there, which really excites me. This is just a bit of a view of the apartment. Very simple and clean. We got unique keyless entry. It's obviously going to be Wi-Fi ready. There's going to be a chill zone for people, and it's all one-bed apartments. We found that there's a great need for the entry-level market where people are renting under 6,000 Rand a month. But on rentals under 6,000 Rand a month, we still give you a positive cash flow. One of the unique things about this particular project and the apartments is the numbers. Let me show you on a 90% and 100% loan. This is where I got excited. I bought 6 of these myself, so I'm really fully committed to this project because it's simple buying cash flow from day one. So on a 100%, on a 90% loan, after you pay your levies, rates, taxes, and the management, you're sitting with a 6,200 Rand positive cash flow per annum in your first year. If you take a full 100% loan with your 10,000 Rand deposit down, you're looking at still a positive cash flow after all expenses, levies, rates, taxes, and management fees of 1,800 Rand in your first year. Now, obviously, as we move along with your capital growth and your escalation in rental, that just gets better and better. But you can just think about it. If you take something to the extreme, you take this project and you buy 20 units, you're just buying cash flow plus the capital growth. So we're talking about an 18-month building program. So you'll get conservatively around about 5% capital growth, and occupation will be early 2022. So if you take your capital growth and by the end of the first year, you're 71,000 Rand better off. Now, I mentioned there's actually a wallet system. We guarantee getting your rental in simply because we've got a tiered system. If a tenant pays their rent and the money first gets allocated to the levy, then to the rent, and then to utilities. So if a tenant pays a shortfall, they just can't buy electricity. It's all done online on your phone. And that's a great system because obviously, the laws in this country don't protect a landlord, they protect squatters. And so levies for the owners. So it's a very unique people being able to live there comfortably, and it's a great investment opportunity. So I've given the numbers there. Your cash flow break-even point is basically year one in terms of your cash and equity. And I've got the full presentation, so you're welcome to mail me. Just for investors, I don't know if you're aware of a very sexy tax benefit from SARS called the Sex 13 tax benefit. Effectively, you can write off the value of your purchase if you have 5 or more rental properties you bought from developers. So the detail I've got all for you, and obviously what was mentioned by our mayor is the FLISP subsidy. So in this price range, you can, if you're a first-time home buyer, you can actually get the government to pay you a chunk of money to own one of these units, which is, it's one thing that government's done well, is actually let you buy a property. So yeah, for full details, the guys can call me or email me, and I'll be delighted to give them the full rundown and what's in it for them in this particular project.
Great. So you qualified for that sexy discount.
Qualified, it's a very sexy benefit. Exactly right.
Fantastic. Great stuff. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you very much. Anton, in Cape Town, we move around the country. Nelspruit, Johannesburg, Cape Town, in the city centre. Anton, over to you.
Hi, Neil. Yeah, thank you. And again, thanks to everyone for coming online. It's great to be here. So thank you, Neil. We're discussing our Wex 2 development today, which is situated in Woodstock. It's following on our sort of completion and sellout of our Wex 1 development, which was over 200 units on Albert Road in Woodstock. For anyone who doesn't know Woodstock, it's basically 1 minute drive through Strand Street out of the CBD of Cape Town. So, basically it's a periphery suburb of Cape Town. And our Wex 2 development we brought online, it's a 45 unit scheme. And we started selling at 850,000 to about 1.4 million. And that gives you a studio apartment up to 29 square meters. And the beauty of Wex 2 is that you can access all the facilities of our current development Wex 1, which includes a gym, a pool, 24-hour security, secure parking, restaurants, laundry, etc., etc. And we've tried it. We've obviously tried to bring a product to the market that's affordable for people as first-time home buyers. And we've sold approximately 50% of the development to date, and we've seen a lot of clients come that were previously renters or tenants, and now have been able to enter the market because of low interest rates. And we've had a lot of clients purchase the properties at 100% loan to finance on the purchase price.
Anton, are you going to share some slides? I'm
not going to. We've had some technical difficulties, and my colleague.
No, that's fine. Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay.
But I'll give you the website and other details to follow.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are under construction at the moment in Wex 2, and will be completed in April next year. And what's nice for a consumer out there to understand is that we've got a sort of vision and a pipeline in Woodstock to create a residential node for the next 5 to 10 years. So we've done Wex 1. We're currently busy with Wex 2, and then we've got a Wex 3, 4, and 5 scheduled for the next coming years. So we invested heavily in the area of Woodstock to create this new residential node, which traditionally has been a more industrial, commercial area of Cape Town traditionally in the last 50, 60 years. But it's obviously, it's changing all the time. And again, it's become so popular because of its proximity to the CBD. So, people that were originally commuting from, other nodes, northern suburbs, southern suburbs, now they can actually live in Woodstock. They can work there, and they can commute into town should they need to within 1 or 2 minutes. So it's becoming a very, very popular node to be in, and that's why we're investing heavily in the area. We believe in it. We're passionate about it. Woodstock's got a great lung, of the extension of the lung from Strand Street through to Salt River Circle. There's lots of buildings being upgraded. There's a CID in Woodstock now, to cater for safety and, make sure the area is clean. And it's really becoming a new residential node in Cape Town, which is close to the CBD. So we're very excited about it. The website for Wex Living is wex2living.co.za. You can access all the information on the website.
The number 2, WEX number 2, the actual number 2 or the word 2?
No, the numerical 2, yeah. So
numerical 2.
Wex2living.co.za. You can access all the info there, and alternatively, I can email or contact anyone should they be interested in this development.
Awesome. Great stuff. Thank you, Anton. We appreciate that. Sorry about the technical problems. We would have liked to see that, but I've actually seen you got a nice video and everything on your website, so which takes us through that development. So I encourage people to go onto that website, have a look, and sort of take it from there. Just hang around. Maybe we've got some questions at the end there. Right. So Mark, moving on to you, Mark, also still in Cape Town. We're gonna hang on. We are getting to KZN and Peter. Don't worry. So we okay, Mark.
Great, thank you, Neil. And if I can just start off by spicing things up a bit, and I'm putting my neck out there, and hopefully we're going to be putting forward the most affordable property in this webinar currently. I'm glad we can beat Dustin at IHS. I was very worried there for a second. But,
bit of competition here, guys.
Always a bit of competition is good. It keeps us on our toes. So we're starting selling units at Conradi Park for $499 for first-time home buyers. And it's a very exciting opportunity for us, to be able to, we've worked long and hard at getting the prices down, and that's for a decent 30 square meter studio unit. You're getting something that in that proximity with all of the amenities, which I'm going to talk about, for a starting price of $499 for a studio. Our 1 bed start at $599, and then our 2 beds, 1 bath, which is a very comfortable unit, starting at $749. We're quite excited about that. So let me talk about Conradi Park, and then I'll get specifically onto the building that we're currently selling. So this is really the theme of the precinct. It's all around a security estate, controlled entrance, community family environment, pedestrian orientated. So it's a place where families can be safe, and kids can walk around and enjoy themselves and be kids and be where, how we're supposed to live. That's an overview of the development currently. It's a 22 hectare site. We almost finished all the infrastructure upgrades. Just to go through the amenities, we've got 3 creches around the site, dotted, always opening up onto one of the little pocket parks, dotted throughout the development. We've got 2 schools for 1,600 kids. It's a private schools, all catering for triple R all the way up to matric. We've got a 22,000 square meter landscape park with our running track. Our park run has already been plotted. We're excited to have our first residents, come in and join Saturday morning park runs. We've got an aspirational convenience shopping center, which is got all the necessaries. We've got great public transport. We're right next to Mutual Station, which takes us straight into town, both on the northern and the central line. We're 10 kilometers from everything. We've got a 22,000 square meter landscape park with our running track. Our park run has already been plotted. We're excited to have our first residents, come in and join Saturday morning park runs. We've got an aspirational convenience shopping center, which is got all the necessaries. We've got great public transport. We're right next to Mutual Station, which takes us straight into town, both on the northern and the central line. be it town, airport, V&A waterfront, Century City, the southern suburbs. It's quite a nice central location to everywhere. Obviously, fiber, Wi-Fi ready throughout. We're definitely pet friendly. We've got a small medical facility, you know, for doctors' rooms and that. We've got a small business hotel sitting on the site, a commercial gym. At the latter end of the development, we've got a bit of retirement going in the park. So we cater for the full range from first-time home buyers all the way to retirement. We've got our central town square with our community hall and public library. And lastly but not least, sort of our indoor sports center and multi-courts and a full-size rugby field. Just to go to the building that we're selling, this is the building. We're really excited about the architecture and the amenities that it's had. It's got our rooftop pool deck sitting over there. There's 288 units. Sales have started. They're flying out the window. You know, we're very excited. I think, as with everyone, the first-time home buyer market is humming, and we're excited about that. There's an internal shot of the unit. You know, we've got vinyl flooring, aluminium windows, low maintenance, energy efficient lighting, all of our services and central hot water system, energy PV on the roof to try and bring down those running costs for people. And there's our simple kitchen and bedroom. This is our studio unit. You know, it's clean, it's neat, it's livable, but at the same time spacious. Lastly, this is just a site progress photo. There you can see construction has started on our first units. The crane is up, the roads are in. And Neil, I'm probably getting out of time here, but if I can just finish off come down and visit us. We're there every Saturday selling. Come and meet us. You know, we'd love to meet you, become part of the family, become part of the community, and would love to show you what we have to offer. You can visit our website, conradipark.co.za, for any other further information, or pop down to us in Pinelands.
Awesome.
And, yeah, we're open.
Great stuff. Thanks very much, Mark. Okay, I'm going to just move to Peter quickly, because I don't want, you know, I'm just conscious of a little bit of time. I know we did have a little bit of overrun. So Peter, it's over to you.
Yeah, thanks very much. So I'm just going to give a brief overview of Palm View Estate, and then Bryce is going to play the video. So Palm View Estate is 10 minutes outside of Ballito. We've got an eco estate, which we've renamed the affordable kind of market. Instead of calling it affordable, calling it economical. So homes from 500,000 up to 1.2 million. Then retirement from 550,000 for an assisted living units up to about 1.5 million for a freestanding home. And then our country estate, which is, you know, vast stands over 1,000 squares up to 2,000 squares, from about 1.5 million to 2 million rand. Also going to have some retail section, commercial, as well as some schools, education facility. And yeah, we want to be at the forefront of equality. So it's kind of in Ballito, I think it's going to be the first estate where that brings in all the demographics. So Bryce, if you could play the video, that would be great. See if it happens.
Bryce, I'm just wondering whether, if it's going to play it now or during at the end, but let's just see now. Can you just give me a word there, Bryce?
Sorry, what's that, Neil?
Peter, if we don't see the video for Peter.
Yeah, that's all playing at the end. So I've got a whole bunch of videos that I'm just adding to the end of the. Yeah, perfect. Sorry about that.
Okay.
No problem.
Neil, that's perfect. So and then the other project called Ilileni Lifestyle Estates, kind of at the other segment of the market, where it's about sustainable organic living, where we've got acre plots, 5,000 square meters from 3 to 5 million rand. There's orchards, the stables, which is 2, 3, and 4 bedrooms, 3.6 million bucks. And basically freestanding plots from about 1.5 million. And what we've got here is just, with going through lockdown, everybody wanted to change the way that they wanted to live. So people want to almost live on the farm. At the end of the month, you can go to the stack house, pick up your own honey, organic honey, your own coffee and your own vegetables grown on your estate organically. So it's two sides of the market. One's the Palm View, which is a more affordable, and then Ilaleni, which is a kind of farm sustainable living with inside Belito. So Bryce will show both of those videos at the end.
Great stuff. Thanks, Peter. Thanks very much. We look forward to seeing them. Willem, it's over to you. Willem, you're on mute. Willem, you're on mute. Yeah, just unmute yourself on the left bottom there.
Dustin has already give you indication of the what we are planning, how our units actually look, and you talk about the specifications. From experience, we have actually decided to actually use a standard design with standard specs, and the size we just adapt that to the market. We have Nelspruit, for instance, is a slightly lower market than our Amanzimtoti market or our Belito market. In Belito, we sold 200 units in 4 months on Belito Grove project with Avoca as partners. We are also, because we are actually a large-scale developer, we have done over the last about 12 years about 35,000 units with various developers, and we have standardized on a few contractors and a few professionals. That's make it much easier. And all our projects going forward, we get EDGE design EDGE as-built certification by the Green Building Council of South Africa. When we start with the projects, greening was regarded as a very expensive exercise. Our initial planning was 17,000 Rand per unit extra. And currently we are at about 2,000 Rand per unit extra by actually adapting our specifications to the green requirements. They give you about 38 interventions to get to the 20% saving on water, electricity, as well as embodied energy. But we are only using with 9-10 to get that savings. The advantage of the savings is basically a utility cost. The utility cost saving, that's a saving on electricity and water, is more than 25% of the utility cost of a similar units building according to standard building regulations. We are monitoring on all the projects on a monthly basis the savings, and we can compare it, and it's actually higher, and we also give feedback to our tenants how to utilize their water and the electricity to actually increase that saving. Just market related, about half of our units that we develop we keep as rental stock. And we find that certain areas, for instance, Centurion, we built the same products within 2 kilometers from each other. The one we are trying to sell and the other is rental. The rental is overflow, over demand for rental, but the demand to sell that same unit, that doesn't exist. While in Parklands, we are busy with our actually 5th project there, and the sales are going well, but also the rentals, about half rentals for sale. So one must really understand your market, and whether you want to go for the rental market or the for sale market. I think I don't want to repeat what Dustin already told me, but thank you.
No, that's fine. No, great. No, thank you, Willem. I mean, it seems that your pricing is definitely hits a sweet spot because it's sort of the 1.5 million and below, and yours is even below the million Rand mark. So very affordable units out there, certainly for first-time home buyers. So thank you, Willem. Where are you based? Are you in Johannesburg?
Yeah, our office is basically in Johannesburg. Our investors' requirement is that the launch price of the units cannot be above 840,000. But we start, for instance, in Belito at 840, and we are currently selling over a million in Ballito. Actually, some of the units are at 1.3 million. So if you have the right product in the right area, then the market is there.
Excellent. Great stuff. Thank you, Willem. Matthew, it's over to you. I know you've been sitting there chomping at it. And you're sitting in Cape Town, right? So
I am.
You were part of our panel earlier on. Yes. Over to you.
Is this coming through? Are you seeing Cape Town on your screens, Neil?
Yes. Yes, we can see it. We can see it.
Lovely.
It's very familiar.
Yeah, so what I'm introducing today is a property by the name of Stay Melville. It's situated in the southern suburbs of Cape Town in Ottery. And this, we believe, is South Africa's first true permaculture estate. We are water positive in that this development actually produces more water than it uses. We are producing about 80% of our hot water using sunlight and green energy. What we've done with this development is we've very much gone with the intention of giving high quality luxury lifestyle, but to people in the middle market. So this is an average 1.2 million rand product, but it's a level of finish which we would be very comfortable putting on the Atlantic seaboard. The site has got 2 sports fields in it, so it's very much focused on outdoor living. We set ourselves the goal of having enough braai space that all of the 348 families can braai within 6 hours. So there's enough space for 120 people to braai at once, 12 different braai areas, 2 mini sports fields on site. There's a 1 kilometer jogging track on the site. We've also set ourselves the goal of not planting a single plant that isn't useful for more than one reason. So we will not plant any plant unless it has at least 3 uses. Most of the plants in the development are edible. So we have 300 fruit trees. We have a lot of indigenous vegetation. If you look at the inside of our units, and this year you're looking at a 1.2 million rand, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit. But from a quality point of view, this is a top market product. So you've got a fully fitted kitchen, stone tops, timber look floors. We've gone for LED and efficient lighting. It's a very spacious unit, even though it is only 55 squares. It's very well designed, so it gives clients a lot of space. And this really is an incredible first-time market. See a 2-bedroom unit for the kids, LED lighting strips, and then little silly things like this sports gear storage, which instead of putting a blocking plate in there, we've actually left it open so kids can put skateboards or they can put hockey sticks or whatever in there. It's little touches like that, but we've thought about using every little inch of space inside the units. There are 2 bathroom units, and the second bathroom has a bath, which we're finding is great for washing clothes or babies. The main bedroom has an ensuite with a shower. So that just gives you a very, very quick look at the marketing video. And I'm going to jump quickly now onto my printed materials. And guys, really, so from a situation point of view, what we always try and do is infill developments where we can give people, as I said, all the quality they get in the upper part of the market, but at a good rate. So here we are in Ottery. We're situated in the southern suburbs of Cape Town, very close to the False Bay coast, to Constantia, Wynberg, Newlands, Claremont, which is fast becoming the Sandton of Cape Town. But, you know, we're only 20 minutes from the CBD if you want to go there. This is a pic taken just the other day from site, so it gives you a very good idea of what the finished development is looking like. We, out of the 348 units, we have completed 280. We'll have the balance completed by the end of the year. So whether you're looking to rent or buy, the units are available immediately. From an investment point of view, we're finding that the investment yield is kind of between 7 and 8%. That is a net cash yield from month 1, based on the rentals we're actually achieving at the moment. Here's a shot just showing you the community center in the foreground. So I'm going to quickly annotate this and just show you guys this here, this community center, and this is a retention pond, which is actually a mini soccer field. In that community center, we have a full accredited creche. We have an aftercare. We have a gym, 2 community halls, laundry, and a computer lab and a games room for the teenagers. This is all included in the levy of 1299. And basically what we're trying to do is give people a real on-site lifestyle. So the work from home office in this place is a proper work from home office. The creche is a fully accredited creche for 65 kids. The soccer field, the sports facilities, they're all real. In addition to this, the development has 3 basketball courts, vegetable gardens, 100% water recycling, solar hot water. I mentioned the jogging track. There's a skate park. We have herb gardens. We have tenant gardens where our clients can get their own area and grow their own fruit and veg. All of our gardeners have been permaculture trained. There are permanent staff of about 20 people keeping the site going the whole time. If you look at the units, there's your 2-bedroom unit layout, and these are actual photos of the unit. So you've got, as I said, the wood finish floors, stone tops, high quality kitchens. We've been able to do this quality because this is one of 2 projects totaling 600 units, which we're building out at the same time. And if we just jump to the site plan, we've started building from the front sections. So this part of the project here is fully built. This part here is 100% occupied, so it's 120 occupied. This next section of 60 we are busy selling and renting out. And then these are the next few blocks that we'll be launching. Community center is fully built. The skate park is fully built. Besides the indoor gym, we have an outdoor cross-training gym and a cross-training course. This over here are the community veggie gardens I told you about. So we very much focused our older buyers on these 2 blocks, because we like to keep our older buyers close to the kids in the creche, so there's that multi-generational interaction, and we find the older buyers are more keen in the veggie gardens, so they maintain the veggie gardens. And it is very much about creating this community and giving people pride of lifestyle. So if you look there, that's just a little panoramic view of the community hub with the sports field and the briars in the foreground. And the lifestyle savings, I mean, we are selling for literally under 22,000 a square meter, included in that, no legal fees, no transfer fees, no letting or admin fees. We have a 5 meg uncapped free internet connection included whether you're renting or buying, unlimited data. There's a free gym, discounted creche, discounted aftercare, free work shared space. Your internet connection works anywhere in the development. So we have various hotspots you can go and sit with your laptop and then go and enjoy that. And then besides that, of course, there's the security. So you've got the 24-hour manned security, cameras right around the development. And the jogging trail has been very carefully designed so that you're always in view of someone and someone's always in your view. So when you go for a run, you're part of our security system. As I said, indoor and outdoor gyms, sports fields, jogging tracks, skateboard park. So really quite a bit of stuff. And then the green focus is massively important for us. So as I said, 100% water recycling, solar hot water. We also have refuse separation and recycling. We do that for our clients. So we collect the refuse twice a week and we recycle for you. All of our plants are either indigenous or edible. There's no paint in the scheme. There's not one drop of paint anywhere on the exterior of any of these units. All the colors that you see are oxides or ochres. And the whole thing has been designed using permaculture principles. So the entire development and layout. I've only talked about green stuff.
Matthew.
I'm not going to touch on the money.
Matthew, I'm just conscious of time. Yeah, no, that's fine. We'll get to I want to give everybody a wrap up, but I still want to give Maya and I still want to give Eugene an opportunity here. And then I'll give everybody a final wrap up. But thanks very much. It looks very impressive. And obviously we've got your details up there. Maya, do you want to, it's over to you. And then obviously Eugene, last but not least, but I'm just conscious of time. We are approaching sort of the end of the webinar time. I just want to remind you that there is a downloadable guide, which there's a link on, in fact, in the chat box for first-time home buyers. It's a guide. It's for free from Real Estate Investor and D-Land that we are co-hosting. So please click on that link. All right, over to you, Maya.
Thanks a lot, Neil. I just want to get to my presentation because I see I've almost thought I lost the thing now. So what we find from our side is that we've been focusing very much on assisting buyers, and we are champions of the subsidies for first-time buyers, FLISP. As I mentioned this morning, I was very cheeky and I registered the web domain flisp.co.za. And we try to find property developments where we can actually make use of the FLISP subsidies. Can you see my screen there with a Glen on, Neil?
Yes, we can. Yes,
right,
we can.
now we get going. So what we started, we developed software where home buyers can actually, property buyers can actually go online. They can do a credit check and they can do an affordability check. As I said earlier this morning, in the last 2 months, 8,000 and 9,000 people went online and checked what they can qualify for. And we find that the drop-off comes down to that we sit with roughly 26% of buyers that start with the top. 50% of them fall out because of a bad credit score. So we always advocate to any property developer, don't try to engage online with a manual application, or don't sign offers to purchase. I was one of the other developers where they actually just go and sign up everybody that they can work with. So what we did is we said, let's first go to analyze what people can actually buy. And we were very lucky that Property 24 ran an article of us, how can you save 59,000 Rand when you buy your own property? Now, we always advocate is when you buy a property, buy it below the market price. But nobody, if you go to Matthew now, or you go to Willem or Peter, they won't discount their price to you. They won't drop the price. But I say to people, you can buy that property maybe for 59,000 Rand below the market price. We started with surveys, and these are the surveys. This was one that we ran. Are you buying as an investor? Are you buying as a first to live in? What type of property price are you in? And we played around with a little bit of surveys. And these surveys gave us amazing insight into the buyer market. Are they buying as an investor? Do you have a credit score? Are you looking at a ground floor? Are you looking at the first floor? And from the stats that we gathered, we were able now to design the course and the property journey for a home buyer. And this was really, really amazing. And this is one of the articles that Property 24 flighted for us. And at the back of this article was a property survey, and we're sitting with over 550 people that signed up. They tell us their credit score, they tell us if they are pre-approved, they tell us if they're looking for a 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom. But this we took forward now, and we started to develop, talking to the developer of the Glen. And you can see the Glen is very centrally located in Bellville South. We're featuring the bachelors, 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and it's very close to Kaput. It's very close to all the amenities that you require, very close to be able to travel. And we started looking at, let's find developments and developers where you can really maximize the FLISP subsidy that comes in. Now you're looking at the price there for 640, we're looking at 880. And I will show you a little bit later how one can stretch the first-time buyer's budget. Sometimes we go to a 30-year bond, which I normally don't like. But if you can get a home loan of 100% for a 30-year bond, and you can pump that subsidy back into the home loan, you actually pay that home loan off much faster, and you make the opportunity available. We always try to go for a 20-year bond, but sometimes we look at that a different way. So we started looking at, if you buy an entry level of 640, there are the figures. If you look at 7%, you look at the rental that one can expect, you look at the levies that the developer will discount for the first year, and we look at the net income, and you look at the small gain there for the first year. But at least, as I always say, one tries to buy a property with a positive cash flow. This was not even considering a FLISP subsidy for a buyer. When we looked at option B, is where you contribute to 5% deposit, and all of a sudden we see that this deposit actually helps you to actually get a little bit of a better cash flow. And then we looked at the third option where you contribute a little more of a deposit. Now, we all that are sitting around this table today or on screen or online, we know that buying a property, you make use of gearing. And if you can gear a property, then you can borrow money from the bank with a 0 deposit, or preferably a 5 or a 10% deposit. But as I said to you, FLISP has been one of my, currently the biggest seller, the biggest attraction point, because we registered this domain, flisp.co.za. We can help you with a pre-qualification, or even if your home loan is approved. And what we saw that through this subsidy bands, there I'm going to show you quickly that if you earn 3,501, you get 121 from the government. If you earn 15,000 Rand, you get 63,000 Rand from the government. It's amazing money that people do not know about. And we're so glad for opportunities like this to share the FLISP message, the gospel, that people must start using the subsidies to buy property. Now, if you look at the Glen, we're looking at a 640 entry level. And what we looked at, if we use a 30-year bond, you can actually get a FLISP saving of 15,500 income that you can use, and look at the saving that you can get to buy your own property. This is amazing. And I say now you're starting to buy property like a true investor by actually using your FLISP subsidy. You don't have to go to Peter or to Willem and say, I want to discount my price, because you already qualify there for the government subsidy. Then we looked at a 2-bedroom unit for 875, and then we stretch it again. We said, let's stretch it to 30 years, but let's push back that subsidy back into the home loan, and then we can actually get a 51,000 Rand discount on the purchase price. So this really changed the game for us big time. And what we are able to do now is to actually give a home buyer a FLISP voucher. So with a FLISP voucher, we are able then to give you a certificate and say, congratulations, this is the FLISP money that we've got for you as a deposit. Let's add our bond indicator. We've actually developed an online platform, devmark.mybondfitness.co.za. You can sign up online, and there you can see the quality of the buyers come in. All the ones with the green moons are the ones with a good credit score. These clients have done their online affordability. So we are able to say to them, hang on, let's reserve your unit for you. You don't have to do a manual application, complete all the paperwork. Let's do it online and we reserve your unit for you, chop chop. So this is a pre-qualification certificate that a home buyer gets. We add FLISP on top. We will deduct FLISP, whatever we need to do, the person qualifies for 100% home loan. And this is branded and issued by UBA because they have been partnering with us in the pre-qualification process. So that's short and sweet. This is our contact details. Welcome to contact us if we have to assist you with FLISP, if we have to assist you with anything. Thanks a lot, Neil.
No, thank you very much. And thank you to all the panelists. I know we're running over a little bit of time there, Eugene, and we don't want to exclude you. So we'll go straight into your presentation.
Thank you, Neil. And just very quickly, I just want to paint a bit of a picture. We're obviously situated on the north coast of KZN. It's a big growing area at the moment, and there's a huge amount of developments going down here. The area that we're in at the moment is we're doing a land for sale at the moment period. There is some building that is happening in the first phase, but a lot of it is still sort of just in the sales of the land. If we just break down in terms of where we are now, I'm just going to see if I can move onto the screen, sorry. System's just not changing over. Just from a position, I mean, from where Blythedale is situated, Blythedale is just north of Ballito. We're about 50 minutes from Durban Central, but more importantly, we're 25 minutes away from the airport. And with access to the airport and that whole growth that's coming from the Aerotropolis all the way up the north coast, incorporating Ballito and what's happening with the likes of where Peter Cameron and them are involved as well, plus the IHS guys, there's a huge amount of building going on at the moment along the north coast. And if you do get a chance, please come down and have a look. And while you are looking at property, please make sure that Blythedale is one of your stops to have a look at, because it's well worth going to visit. If you look at the site itself, it's 942 hectares that we are going to be developing on. I think most importantly within the development itself is that 320 hectares of the development remain indigenous forest, and that's not going to be touched. In fact, eco is a big part of what we're trying to do. We're removing the site off grid. We're going to have a desalination, which is going to feed the water. Each house will have 36 square meters of solar panels on the roof, which will obviously drive from a solar point to push power into the area. We have gas. We have a gas pipeline that runs right past the top of the estate, which is going to feed gas into the area. We have 5 main eco topics that each household will have to subscribe to. Now, just moving into where we are from an affordable housing point of view, if you take the whole estate as a whole, this is a catalytic project. It's going to change the North Coast. It's really going to reset how this whole area is going to be viewed. But most importantly, this is really an inclusive estate. This starts from the very, very top end with the houses down at the front of the estate, and it also includes affordable social housing at the top end of the estate. So if we move into the top end of the estate as to where we are, obviously this is like any community. As you're moving further away from the ocean, the pricing does change, and this is where the affordable housing will be set in terms of where it's located. The affordable housing will have access to all the amenities that the rest of the estate has access to. So it's a fully, truly inclusive estate. Nobody is hived out. So whether it's a cycle path, hotel, the retail, the retirement village, the sports facilities, any of the open public spaces, the restaurants, and the likes, including the fiber, the gas, the water, and the solar stuff, and the shuttles that are going to be running around the estate, you have access for the affordable housing. I'm very aware of the sort of the time constraints, so I'm going to leave it there without going into too much detail. My contact number is on this, or my contact email address is on the screen, and below there is the website. So please drop online, give us a call, drop us a note. Let's share your interest, and we'll take it from there.
Great stuff. Thank you very much, Eugene, and thank you for slotting in that so quickly at the final end. So I'm just going to ask everybody just to give their final thoughts, and maybe we can give your contact details. I'm happy to do that. Dustin, should we start off with you? Do you want to maybe say your last final words, parting shots?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Neil. I would just say to all the first-time home buyers that this is the time to buy. This is whether you're buying to live there or you're buying for an investment, it remains an investment. Over a few years staying there, you can sell it for a profit and build up your portfolio that way. Obviously, if you want to see all the developments that IHS do offer, you can visit our website at IHS Property Group. .co.za.
Fantastic. Thank you, Dustin. Thank you for your participation. It was great having you. Ryan, your closing parting shots, please.
Sure. We just love to see you on site. It's off plan. You've got the period of capital growth, which is fantastic, and all in HBRC warranted. So people don't need to be concerned about buying off plan. If you've got a registered developer, you've got security, and please contact us. It's Ryan's Realty. You can go online. All our details are there. Our agents are ready to take your calls and to send you further information. So please do so. It's great to be here.
Wonderful. Thank you for having you on the show there. Ryan, great having you. Anton, your closing parting shots, please.
Yes, thanks, Neil. So again, guys, I invite anyone to come grab a coffee with us in Woodstock. Come, we've got a beautiful showroom office. We've built a unit and furnished unit. You can come have a look, grab a coffee. Let's have a chat. I can take you to the site and let's talk about, we like to talk about, let's get Wexed. So let's talk about Wex. So yeah, please come join us. Our website is www.wexliving.co.za. Thank you.
Great stuff. Thank you, Anton. And it's great having you on the show as well. And then Mark, your closing comments. Thanks.
Yeah, Neil, firstly, thanks to you for hosting this great, masterclass. I think it's a great opportunity for the first-time home buyers, and I'm happy to be a part of it. To the first-time home buyers, guys and girls, this is an exciting time. I wish I was 15 or 20 years younger and in that market, looking for our first property. Our show houses will be ready in a month's time, and we invite you to come and visit us and come and see the excitement and become part of the family.
Excellent. Thank you, Mark. And Peter, over to you, your parting shots.
Yeah, sure. If you want to learn more about our developments, go to www.cameronjames.co.za. Just to have a go at our Cape Town mates there. The North Coast is the new Cape Town, just like the Sharks are going to child the Stormers this year. So our company have just proudly become the property partner of the Natal Sharks. So we look forward to seeing you guys on the North Coast.
You're not going to have the last word. You've got Matthew. It's going to interrupt you there. But anyway, so Willem, do you want to give your closing thoughts there?
Your my closing thoughts.
Willem, you're on mute. Willem, you're on mute.
I think it was a great opportunity to actually market our products. Dustin gave our contact details, and for the new owners, buy a EDGE certified utility cost saving is equal to 1 month's bond payment.
Wonderful. Great stuff, Willem. I think it's a nice way to sort of end off there. And thank you for your participation and for giving us some great investment opportunities there. Matthew, over to you. Your final word.
Yeah, I think it gives me a lot of comfort to see the place that a lot of developers in South Africa are coming from. I think that as a first-time home buyer, you're in good hands. There are a lot of people that have green fundamentals here and quality fundamentals. And, I agree with Mark. It's a very, very exciting time to be investing. I think if you buy from any one of these panelists, you're going to do well for yourself. I can't honestly stand here and say that any one of these products is better than the other. I think it's all brilliant. And I'm actually very proud to be sitting here with all you gentlemen and ladies.
Great stuff. Thanks for those very complimentary remarks, which I agree with entirely. So thank you. I think it's a really great product. And I think it's a massive opportunity for the audience out there. I want to thank the audience for hanging around for such a long time, because I can see there's some guys they're hardened investors here. They've stayed on for quite a while. I mean, you're talking about over 4 hours of masterclass, which we're definitely going to repeat next year as well. And so then I'm going to ask Meyer for your final thoughts there, please, Meyer.
Neil, I must really applaud what you're putting together. You've always been the leading light in property education for buyers. And buyers must definitely go out and make sure that they check out before they buy if they can qualify for a government subsidy, because with that subsidy, they can reduce a better interest rate, negotiate a better interest rate, reduce their repayments, and it just gives them the opportunity to own their own property. Go to any of these property developers. I'm so excited to see what they're offering. It makes it like, oh, this guy's got the better one. No, this one's got the better one. So fantastic, everybody that presented today. I think you've got really answered the need in South Africa to provide affordable housing. Well done for everybody. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yes, agree. Thank you very much, Mayor, and thank you for your contribution as well. And Eugene, last but not least, you got the final word. I got the word after you.
I'll stay away from the Sharks versus Stormers conversation then, but I'm genuine. But I'm going to genuinely agree with Peter on that sort of comment anyway. Guys, thank you very much. I mean, what an honor it is to be part of it. I think that Matthew probably worded this the best. It's so awesome to see how much product is out there for first-time home buyers. It's a part of the market that we didn't see many months ago when you and I started with, well, not you and I, our companies between REI and Elan, when we first started doing these webinars together, Neil, we realized that there was a massive space in this first-time home buyers market, and it's been an honor to be part of it over the last couple of months. I look forward to next year and what we're going to be doing over the next year to sort of keep these things alive and going. It's cool to see that everyone stayed online, and it's an honor to be part of the panel with everybody else, and it's quite nice to be on this side of the fence. So, guys, if you're in and around the Blythedale North Coast area, please drop in, come see the site. There's always somebody there that can take you around. It's well worth doing, and do the research. So thank you very much.
Great stuff. Thank you very much, Eugene. And thank you once again, all the panels. By name, Dustin Fulkus of IHS, Ryan van Heerden of Ryan's Realty, Anton McCallum of the Signatura, Mark Schonrock of Concord, Peter Cameron of Cameron James, and Willem Oordendal, IHS, Matthew Quinton of Aquacore, Maya Deval of the Glen, and also My Bond Fitness, and Eugene Boniface of Elan. Thank you very much, guys. It was a wonderful way, I think, to end off the webinar. To you, the audience, thank you very much. Everybody's asked for recordings. Yes, there will be recordings, both on the Elan website, also on the REI website. Under shows, you just click there. The replays will be there. We will give everybody the details. When I say everybody, I'm talking about you, the developers. We will provide you with people that are interested in your particular developments. And so we like to see the audience engaging individually with these individuals here that have got some really stunning developments. I want to also thank the entire team from Elan for also, their input, and from Derek Watts, we gave the introduction, and of course Eugene for his panel slot, followed by Ipalang Makari, and then of course we finalized with this particular one. So I want to thank you, the audience. It's wonderful having you. We've our next webinar, it's not going to be Let's Talk Property for the next couple of weeks. Our next Let's Talk Property is going to be on Wednesday, the 11th of November. We'll let you know more about that. It's going to be about international investment, which is Wednesday, the 11th of October. So we're going a little bit offshore. It's not going to be from 1 o'clock. It's also going to be from 10 to 1. So there is a bit of correction there in terms of time. There is a link below, so you can click on that link below. We'll let you know in the coming weeks of that forthcoming one. And then REI is now having a 3-part paid webinar series starting on next Tuesday. So it's going to be Tuesday from 10 o'clock until 1 o'clock. And we've really got some cracker guests. We're looking into the future of the South African economy. We've got Darby Root of the Fishing Group. We've got Nikki Weimar of Nedbank Economist. And we've got Estienne de Klerk, who's in an unfortunate position of being CEO of Growthpoint, who's lost 40% of their value in the commercial sector. And we're going to be peering and saying, well, what's going on? And we're going to lift the lid and say, what's actually going on in that space and where's it going? More importantly, we've got a budget and a mini budget that's coming up from the government. So we want to know, where is it going? And it's good for business. It's all good for our developers here. We need to boost and lift the South African economy to the next level. And there's going to be the Ruder report, which is going to give us, a whole report of what's actually happened over the last few months. Click on the link below for that one. That's Tuesday. Part 1 is on Tuesday, the 20th of October. Part 2 is on the 3rd of November, where we look at the commercial market. And then on the 17th of November, Tuesday, we look at the resi market. But on behalf of Elan Property Group and Real Estate Investor, Let's Talk Property, I want to thank each and every one of you. It's wonderful having you, and I hope you got a lot of value. Don't forget to download the free guide. There's a link that was sent to you. And don't forget to engage with all these wonderful people here. It's wonderful having all of you here today. Thank you for attending. We look forward to see you next time on Let's Talk Property. And it's Neil Peterson signing out from Let's Talk Property. And please hang around, guys. We've got some fantastic videos. Peter Peter's video is going to play. So is Eugene's video. And I think there's a couple of other videos as well that we got lined up. So please hang around, guys, and watch the videos. Thank you, guys. It's wonderful seeing you. Neil Peterson signing out. All the best.
Hi, I'm Derek Watts. Blithedale Coastal Estate is Africa's first eco-smart city. 80% off-grid, solar power, desalination plant, fiber to the home and 5G Wi-Fi. Holistic estate app, smart estate utility management, smart home, 1,000 hectares of inclusive mixed-use development, eco-design guidelines, 6 kilometers of beach and river frontage, 320 hectares of indigenous forest. Cheers for now, and I hope you'll join me as a neighbour in the Blithedale Coastal Estate community.